Trauma can be one of the most crippling things on this planet, and we end up doing it to ourselves by holding on to traumas of pasts that have long been extinguished. Let's talk about that. Hey guys, Randy here with The Living Adventure. Yeah, so I'm the first one to say to anybody that, the trauma that you have experienced in your life is intense. And nobody can compare it to somebody else's trauma. I don't care how intense somebody else's is yours, and you hold on to that, and it's extreme. I get that part, right? The challenge we have as people that have experienced traumas or multiple traumas is that we want to compare, we want to one up, and that's the wrong thing to do when you're talking to other people when it comes to traumatic experiences, because they just feel that you're downplaying them. You're not recognizing how badly it affects them. And in turn, what we need to do is we need to, help them overcome it and try to realize that, that trauma is a past experience that we're holding on to. And some people say, hey, just let it go. Well, sometimes that trauma is actually holding on to you. So one of the traumas that, and I'm just going to express this, one of the traumas that I have in my head is in 1997, I was buried in an avalanche. And again, that's a story in my book that I wrote. And I'm not going to go into the details of it because, a 5-minute video, it's a little hard to do that. But overcoming that kind of a trauma, it took a lot. It took a lot. PTSD, it definitely implies, and there's a lot of things that went on there. But it was intense. It was an intense year-long battle that I went through to try to overcome it. But what I want to tell you is that you can overcome it. You just have to understand the process in doing that. And learning to not just let go of the what if syndrome, and that's what a lot of trauma is the what ifs, but also learning to accept the part of that trauma that's got a hold of you, and it will not let go. It will never let go. It's part of you. It's who you are now, and use that experience as a positive. And I know that's really tough to say because some people have experienced some pretty horrific stuff, and how do you convert a really horrific experience into something positive? Well, you know what? There's other people out there that are experiencing the same thing or are going to experience the same thing, and that's the key. How do you prevent them? How do you teach them what to look for, what to identify? How can you take your experience and communicate it to somebody else in a positive manner to support them so that they don't have the same thing that you just overcame? And in process of that teaching, guess what happens? You yourself start to edge towards overcoming your own internal feelings. You're using it to better other people. And when you start to use things to better other people, you get this overwhelming feeling of goodness, of joy, of positive nature. And so you're converting that traumatic experience into something far more creative and far more productive. And yeah, we all go through them, man. We all go through some really horrific experiences, some more than others. And when I talk about really horrific experiences, I mean a person that got into a car accident, and that can be a very traumatic experience for them, even though nobody got hurt. Whereas another person that faced multiple child abuse, that's a lifelong battle that they're got to deal with. And I guess at some point we have to start looking at it and saying, are we going to carry that our whole lives, or are we going to do something with it? And you have the power to do something with it. You can convert it. And if you need help in doing that, then reach out to the people that can help you, that legitimately want to help you. And there are people out there that do want to do that. Anyway, guys, I hope this really helps you, and I look forward to having more talks with you. Cheers.